Jerry and I made another trip north of the border from October 21 to 25 to hunt snow geese once again this year. We had really good luck in 2017, but did not venture north in 2018 because we heard reports of a very bad hatch. We hope for a rebound this year, but were discouraged when a very good, experienced goose hunting friend of mine who hunts north of the border in late September said that his party of four only shot 17 snow geese. This year, we didn't know what to expect. We could only head north of the border to see what was there.
Some remnants of the snow from a couple weeks ago. We got more snow. We are west of Carrington. About 5 miles. You can see the snow. I have never seen it so wet here. In how many years? 45, 44 years coming up here. This is unbelievable. Between the snow from last week and the rain here this week. October 21, 12:37 p.m. We're northwest of Minot. We have 64 miles to go to Portal, North Dakota, which is the Canada border. And as you can see, since the last time I checked in, the weather has changed considerably. It just looks really nice out here now.
We got to our destination in time to do some scouting just before sunset. Fortunately, there were a lot of birds milling around in a field north of the roost close to where we were staying. We got permission and we're out there the next morning ready to go. This is how the skies looked our second day out on Wednesday. We tried to go back to the same successful spot we had on Tuesday, but the geese didn't cooperate. We only got 3 geese that morning. So we drove 25 miles to the north to find another roost, and boy did we find them. We got permission and we're ready to go for the next day. Even though the landowner said that there would probably be somebody out there the next morning, we arrived in the field location in the dark and saw no headlights. No one came around. We were very surprised that there weren't many more out there. So this is our setup, even before shooting time. Still pretty dark. I didn't take much shooting video that morning because the birds came off to the roost to the north of us in wave after wave after wave. There must have been 8 or 9 waves. It was unbelievable how many geese came off of that roost to the north. Jerry's out there picking up some of the 21 geese we got that morning. We did hear a little shooting, some from the south and some from the north, but it didn't sound like there were more than 2 or 3 parties in the whole area. This was the feeding swirl of birds, probably not more than a quarter mile to the west of us. Hard to decoy many birds when they're looking to join the great big bunch and go into the field next to you. We scouted in the same area that evening, found a lot of birds feeding along the road, but in a different location than we were in the morning. After a lot of thought and discussion, we decided we didn't want that bunch of birds. So we drove the 25 miles back to town, where we found this humongous feed just 2 miles from where we were staying. It was about 20 minutes after sunset. We got there just in time to scare them all away and send them back to the roost, hoping they would come back to that field in the morning. And they did. We were out there earlier than normal to make sure we got a good spot. We thought others might have gotten permission too, but again, to our surprise, they didn't. So we waited. I didn't shoot that morning. All I did was shoot the camera. So Jerry was our lone shooter, and we will see how he does. Our decoy setup was under the bullseye. Birds came from the north, where it says roost, and also from the east. So we were only about a half a mile or so off the water. Those first two were a little high. Jerry was a little over anxious. The crinkling that you hear is the Silosock decoys on either side of me to camouflage me from the birds. My little dozen bird camouflage setup worked really well. Didn't spook the birds coming in on Jerry at all. This video isn't like most hunting videos where when a flock of birds come in, the 6 hunters rise up from their low profile blinds and unload 18 shells. So there's a lot less shooting. Remember, there's just one guy down there. Okay, 4 minutes after legal shooting time, and we got our first bird. Here comes one, nice and low. I'll bet this one's going to go down. Oh, yeah, there it is. And another one's going to bite the dust. Down it goes. Here comes two. The wings are set. Boom, there's one. And you got the other one too. What do you bet here? Looks like there's three of them in position. Double, triple. There's one. They came in a little behind. And three more. There's one. And he got the second one too. Down it goes. That bird we got after we cleaned up all our decoys at the end of our shoot. Bird went about a half a mile to the north. And we got him. Yes. No. Maybe. One shot. Two. Nope. I don't think so. Where'd he come from? I was looking the other way. There's one shot. Two, three, finally got him. Jeez. No, slid away. Comes a few more. And several more underneath them. There's one, he's got his wings set finally. Here he comes. Shoot, Jerry, shoot. 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 Must have had something wrong with his gun. You better get it fixed because there's a lot more coming. Can't afford to be sitting there with a broken gun when these birds are coming like this. There's one. Two. There's one. Two, got them both. Double. Got his gun fixed in time. There's another one. They're heading up. These guys are gonna come. A little high. No. Here's one that's gonna sneak in on me. Got him. Boom. And another. Another. Grab your shells, Jerry. Oh, man. Swinging low. Here they come again. Look at the birds in the distance out over the water. There's still all kinds of them out on the roost. I think we're finally going to get one that's going to come out of all these birds. There he is. Got his wings set. There he goes. Good shooting, Jer. Yes. Right there. Oh, why not that one, Jerry? At this point, my battery is winding down, is almost out, and I'm almost out of space on my internal memory. So I'm in the process of switching out when along come a couple, boom, boom, a double, another double. At least I got them. I got switched just in time. It's after sunrise now, and the birds are getting higher. Tougher to get them into close. Watch this one sail. It's going to the north. That one went down. We got it. Quarter mile beyond the little slough on the edge of the field near the road.
I can't see it, but it's still squawking. So it must have got away. looks like the sun is starting to come up. The birds are getting a little more wary. Looks like it's just about over. But it's just about 1 hour, and old Jer there is coming up to tell me he could have used a little help.
How's the shooting, Jer?
I could have used some help.
You out of shells?
Oh, hell no. There's a couple of them sailed down over there,
Yeah.
and we'll walk over.
Yep.
You want to go sit in the blind for a while, go ahead.
No, and then there was one that landed up here. I don't know if that was shot or not.
Well, there was a couple of them that didn't go down very good. But
Yeah. No, you go ahead. I'll,
yeah, there's at least two down over there.
Yeah.
They went down.
Yep.
And rather than have the game warden say, well, you should have went and got them, I'll walk over. But you think there's one up? Well, we'll find. Oh, here he is right here.
This is the view downwind from Jerry's blind, where he shot his limit in 1 hour. This is where all those birds were falling. He was in the taller camouflage there on the edge of the slough. You can see these white specks around the perimeter where all those birds were falling.
We can see the water tower in Portal. I better not have this phone right up there at the windshield though on our way into the port of entry, or they're going to think something suspicious. So we'll see you on the other side of the line. We made it through the border. Look at all the vehicles.
I wonder if we should get gas. No.
Whenever. Look at all the vehicles lined up. Oh, they're all commercial vehicles.
Sailed right through. It's a still.
Yeah, there's always a little anxiety in the pit of your stomach when you go through there, and every time it's a little different. They throw change-ups at you.
When she says, where are you heading to? Instead of Minneapolis, I should have said New Brighton and St. Anthony, because then she'd say, well, your license says.
But you didn't.
No, she didn't. But, so maybe she's from the area and she knows there.
So we're southbound from Portal, and we're heading to Candu. Due to arrive at 7:28 tonight. See the Farbo clan. Otherwise, we're back in the U.S. of A. Sunny night. Nice ride to Candu.
Mom had babies in camper.
So here we are on eastbound North Dakota Highway 5, and just east of Mohall, we ran into our first patches of snow in the ditch, residue from the early snowfall, and a beautiful sunset just before we turn east again to head toward Candu. up to the wind turbines. And look at the snow piles in Candu, where they got 30 inches of snow in some of the surrounding areas.